who believe that the British people, are the most evil in history. Step forward, Jameela Jamil. Is there a worse person in this country than her? Probably not. For once, I actually agree with Piers Morgan, who says, given she feels this way about Brits, surely Jamil will no longer wish to grace us with her graceless presence. I couldn't agree more. Why on earth would you want to be an adopted country, Jameela Jamil, if you hate us all so much? It's the same reason why I have absolutely no desire for Meghan Markle to return to this country with Prince Harry. So let me take you through how this row has developed. Richard Eden reporting that Meghan's friend Jameela Jamil has said that British people are truly the most evil people in history. This was all sparked, of course, because of the fact that Jamil is, how do you put it, someone who seems to take all of the good things about this country while hating us. Indeed, she even agreed to contribute to Meghan Markle's negative commentary about this country. Jameela, though, is a very privileged girl herself who got the best from this country. She attended a £32,000 a year school, Queen's College, in London's Marylebone. You know, alongside the likes of those uber working class folk like Anna Wintour and Jane Asher. It is not the first time that she has criticised her former compatriots either. Last year, she explained why she had moved to California like Harry and Meghan. I went over there because I was sick of England, she said. I was sick of being made to feel at 28 that my time was up, being told to reinvent myself. I've never heard of a man being told he needs to reinvent himself in his 20s. I'd been told for 17 years that my 15 minutes of fame is going to be up soon. At what point are we going to be stop panicking, women? It's so preposterous. I was offended by the way I was being treated. So I went to America. Jameela, I knew you. In my old world in show business, no one was talking about your lack of talent because you happen to be a female. It was just the shock that someone who did have no discernible level of talent had somehow found a level of fame and riches that seemed to be beyond your capabilities. The fact that you've done so, fine. But to suggest that the country that gave you everything is the most evil in the world, I think, should get you a permanent ban. So this latest controversy has swelled because of a truly revolting podcast called Yestergaze. Now, I'm making the judgment on this podcast, having listened to less than 2 minutes of it, but once you hear these 2 minutes, I'm sure you agree with me. So first, Jamil revealed that there is literally a race war going on in the UK, describing the country as fucked. Maybe I agree with her there, but she predictably blames it on Brexit rather than mass immigration or the Islamist takeover.
A fresh controversy has erupted after actress and activist Jameela Jamil made comments about Britain during a recent podcast appearance, reigniting debate over her previous support for Meghan Markle and her criticism of the UK. Her remarks have prompted strong reactions online, with critics accusing her of unfairly attacking the country where she built her career, while supporters argue she was expressing her personal views. Here's what happened. During a recent podcast discussion, Jameela Jamil criticised modern Britain, referencing political divisions, Brexit, and social tensions. She also made a provocative remark describing British people in extremely negative terms, which quickly spread across social media. The comments immediately drew criticism from journalists, commentators, and members of the public. Some argued that her description unfairly generalized an entire nation, while others questioned why someone who has spoken positively about opportunities in...
She's not joking, by the way. Piers Morgan posting, excellent, then obviously Ms. Jamil will no longer wish to grace us with her graceless presence. Now, Jameela Jamil, as I say, not a talented woman. She found fame as one of those sort of T4 presenter types, then has pretended to be an actress since. But the biggest headlines that she has received is by being a big-time backer of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And she got them all wrong too. But this was the cringeworthy, appearance that she made on Meghan's flop podcast Archetypes. Outspoken is a community. I love reading your comments, even when you disagree with me. So please hit subscribe to keep this channel growing.
It's an unfathomable amount of shit that you take, Meghan. I can't believe it. and I fought back on your behalf years before I'd ever met you, because I was so outraged by it. I was so outraged with the twisting of this very normal, very kind, very civilized woman. That demonization just shows how afraid they are of you. And I'm sure maybe you can't keep this in or whatever, but the treatment of you, and I'm so sorry you've had to withstand it. It has re-highlighted for us the intense unkindness and bigotry and misogyny of our media. And I think and I hope and I feel faith that tides are changing, because so many of us are fighting back.
Well, thank you for fighting back. When all of that criticism can feel really attacking or really uncomfortable or scary, is there ever that moment where you go, no, I just can't put myself in this position anymore. It's not good for me, even if it's good for the greater good.
To the superstar panel, Lee Harris and Orla Mini-Haynes. So Orla, look, Jameela Jamil
in the United States would continue criticizing Britain so strongly. The controversy also renewed discussion about Jamil's long-standing friendship with Meghan Markle. Many viewers remembered Jamil's appearance on Meghan's podcast, *Archetypes*, where she praised the Duchess of Sussex and criticized what she described as harsh media treatment. During that conversation, Jamil expressed sympathy for Meghan, arguing that public criticism had gone too far and that women in the spotlight often face intense scrutiny. Those comments divided opinion at the time, and they have resurfaced now alongside the latest controversy. Critics argue that Jamil repeatedly presents Britain in an overwhelmingly negative light, while supporters say she is exercising her right to speak openly about her experiences.
So I'm fairly, acclimatized. I got here a year before Donald Trump first became president. So I've seen this country go through its ebbs and flows. I was here for the pandemic.
Yeah.
So this definitely feels like a scarier time than ever. But generally I feel emotionally prepped. And also Britain is fucked.
Yeah. Has Pakistani and Indian parents. She now lives in the United States of America. In all seriousness, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart, if she believes the British people who gave her everything, right, who gave her her education, gave her her career, if she genuinely thinks we are the most evil people in the world, in history, this country is so terrible. There's a race war here. It's just awful. Seriously, I would love her never to come back. I would actually love to ban her from the country if she feels that way.
I mean, listening to that podcast with her and Meghan, who I loathe, as you know, I've talked about this many, many times. They are the most self-indulgent pair of witches. Oh my God, we're misogyny and da-da-da. Do you know what really, really gets on my wick? These women talk about misogyny and how unfair it is and blah, 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 blah. Have either of these women ever talked about what happened and the rape gang scandal? Have any of these women ever talked about what happens to real girls in this country? No, they're too busy pruning their egos and talking about how hard done by they are. Poor Meghan. They are revolting, these women. She has been, as you just said, she is of limited talent, limited intelligence. 43 trillion they owe India. What are you talking about, you absolute uneducated muppet? Be quiet. Do you know what? There is nothing misogynistic about this country. There is nothing misogynistic about the media. Only if you are an unintelligent, feminist idiot who talks an absolute nonsense and then wants everyone to feel sorry for them because you're so pretty and you should have got more famous than you did, but nobody rates you because you're an idiot. The same as Meghan Markle. They just sit there talking about how hard done by they are. Do you know what? Let me talk to you about hard done by. Let's talk to you about the thousands of girls that have been raped in this country, and you talk to them about how hard done by they are. They make me sick, these women. Do you know what? I hope I never have to see that woman again. And do you know what? The only thing she's got going for her? The fact that she's pretty. And do you know what, sister? That's going to go as well. So find yourself some other bandwagon to jump on.
Would you know what's interesting, actually, Lee? taking on what Orla's saying. I call a spade, and I'll just be honest about it. The reason that Jameela Jamil got all of these jobs was because she was non-white. She was promotedly at a time when Channel 4 went uber woke. You probably remember this. They were very, very early onto the uber woke bandwagon. It wasn't even called wokery back then. It was like diversity. And so as a result, she got lots of gigs because of her Pakistani Indian background. Indeed, she's a very privileged woman, incredibly privileged. She's posh, Lee, but she got the gigs because of her skin color, not because of her talent. And she won't like me saying that, but it is true. If she had been white, she wouldn't have had these opportunities. And again, I think that is one of the twisted things that has happened to the United Kingdom in recent years.
Yeah, you're almost certainly right. That is almost certainly what's happened. And the fact that she refuses to steer is also quite telling. But what is also quite telling is it's very clear that, very, very expensive education doesn't make you intelligent. I mean, it's genuinely historic illiteracy to say the things that she said about the United Kingdom. The British Empire ended the slave trade. We spread democracy around the world.
Civilization.
Yeah, the rule of law, medicine. There's so much. The English language, that she speaks. There is so much good about this country, and she's been probably She may well be self-inflicted in terms of her brainwashing.
Yeah,
who knows? But she is an idiot. I really can't say anything.
The debate has also become part of the wider discussion surrounding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Ever since stepping back from royal duties, the couple's interviews, documentaries, and public statements have continued to generate debate around freedom of speech, media responsibility, and their relationship with the royal family. As a result, anyone closely associated with the couple often finds themselves drawn into the same public conversation. Social media quickly amplified the latest remarks, with many users calling the comments offensive and overly broad, while others defended Jamil's right to criticize the country she grew up in. The story once again highlights how quickly podcast conversations can become headline news, particularly when they involve well-known public figures. Whether people agree or disagree with Jamil's comments, they have clearly reignited debate over Britain's public image, celebrity activism, and the ongoing discussion surrounding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Podcast, you're a civilized woman, to Meghan, and Meghan's like, yes, I am. Oh, piss off.
It's so
civilized woman. And do you know what? Both of them have jumped on that bandwagon of I'm mixed race, I'm Indian, blah, 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 poor us, poor us. As you said, do you know what? Shut up. No one cares anymore. You're talking absolute nonsense. And do you know another thing quickly? I spent years in India, going around different cities in India for work. And I'm telling you, the amount of people that said to us, or said to me, cab drivers, waiters, that the best thing about India was when it was colonized, because they it was civilized. There weren't people sleeping on the streets. There wasn't poverty. There wasn't corruption like it is now. And these people make out that we are the most horrendous people. Really? Because, don't get
Can I just add that it's deeply insulting what she said.
It is.
And, if she wants to talk about, people being nice and this country as a whole, I mean, she just repeated the mistake that Meghan Markle made. I mean, all this nonsense about the British media hating Meghan Markle, they hated her because she was hateful herself.
Yeah.
She was,
and
she was a nasty piece of work.
No one hated her to begin with. I mean,
that's the point I was going to make.
Embraced. But Orla, what is interesting is there are people now starting to rewrite history on Meghan Markle. Did you see this? If not, I'm going to show it to you. But Oprah Winfrey. Now, remember, Oprah did that big interview, right? And it was PR. It was total PR spin. And it's like, were you silent or were you silenced? And she was trying to put words in Meghan Markle's mouth to trash the British royal family. It's very clear 5 years on that Oprah Winfrey was terribly lied to. And she's done one of these reaction videos. I've started to do these over on my Facebook, actually. And this is, for Vanity Fair, a reaction video, and she watches the interview with Meghan Markle. And it's very clear that she's embarrassed about it because it's been proven that Meghan Markle lied to her and she didn't push back. But I don't know if you buy her excuse as to why. Watch this and I'll get your reaction off the back.
Clarification.
Orla? Do you believe that?
Oprah's covering her ass. But do you know what? The thing
Big
is,
time.
Meghan, again, right? Meghan, I've always been independent. That's why I had to marry a multimillionaire prince and be looked after because I'm so independent. What a load of codwallop. Honestly, I cannot bear this woman. I can't bear it. And you know, you were so right. I remember when they got married, I had a party at my house, a royal wedding party.
Me too.
We were
Me
delighted.
too. Me too.
Fabulous. And then she turned into a weasel and everyone hates her. And then they go, oh, it's because I'm black. It's nothing to do with you being black. It's to do with the fact you're an arsehole. Sorry, I'm just so annoyed
so true.
with this woman.
It is
dreadful.
so true. Now look, Jameela Jamil is actually nominated for our worst Britain in the world today. So let's see if she's won. Stand by, Orla and Lee. First though, just want to get to some of the comments because loads of comments coming in today, especially about this plot to blow up Swindon. Crafty Lar says the MPs are too busy laughing and joking, living at large to worry about the foreign takeover. Sean Keegan, 5868, says the police can no longer be trusted to even tell the truth, never mind protect the people. Disband the BBC. Yes, disband the BBC. Absolutely. Says because Prevent spend all their time monitoring children for having parents that teach them critical thinking. Indeed. Annabelle Lee says the UK elites are just sitting back ignoring the attacks on the people. And Rah 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 1 says he'll probably do, this is in reference to Mohammed Bashir jailed today, he'll probably do half of that 17 years. It also, given the rates that they are releasing prisoners early for people saying hurty words on social media. Kaz D, thank you so much. And Real Thinking Monkey, thank you so much for your super chats too. Now we come to the Union Jackass reveal, and the nominees are Stella Creasy, nominated by Orla Hain for mistaking a parakeet, for a pet parrot. Gary Lineker, nominated by Lee Harris for begging Andy Burnham to tax him and other millionaires more. And I went for Jameela Jamil. We just saw why. The results are in, with just 4% of the vote. Sorry, Orla. It's Stella Creasy. The runner-up with 33% of the vote. It's Jameela Jamil. But a big win for Lee Harris today. Look at that, Lee. 63% agreeing with you.
Fantastic.
That Gary Lineker is today's worst Briton in the world. So, Orla, it's only fair that I let you nominate today's greatest Briton. Who have you gone for?
Yes, Marlon. Oh, I love Marlon. Marlon, what a wonderful, wonderful man. He is our Restore Britain candidate for the mayor election in Manchester. He's worked in the NHS for 30 years, many of them as a mental health nurse. And he has got a daughter called Scarlett, who was a victim of the rape gangs. And he has fought relentlessly for women's rights and protection in Manchester and girls' rights and protection in Manchester and across the country. He is a wonderful man. He has been suspended by the Nursing and Midwifery Association Council recently because he was telling the truth on social media about the ethnicity, I can't get it out, of the rape gangs, and he has been suspended. So, you know, typical... This is what we're dealing with, shutting down the truth, you know, demonizing people who are telling the truth and fighting for justice in this country. Absolutely disgraceful. But Marlon is an absolute legend, brave, fighting against, for me, the most important issue of our time. And that is the safety of women and girls in this country in the middle of a rape epidemic.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have him here on Outspoken next week. I've seen Elon Musk has even weighed on this controversy now, so it's going international. So I'm really hoping to talk to him next week. Thank you so much to our superstar panel, the brilliant Orla Hain. She is the Restore Britain spokeswoman for the safety of women and girls, and of course Lee Harris, independent media sensation. You can find him on X, on
Dan,
YouTube.
say hello to Trudy.
Oh, hello, Trudy. Yes, Trudy's a big Restore Britain supporter, but also a daily viewer of Outspoken.
Loves
Trudy,
you.
thank you so much. I made her a little video because Orla and I were at CPAC TV.
What do you think about the reaction to Jameela Jamil's comments? Were her remarks fair criticism, or did they go too far? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.